Food webs by KayScience.com. A food web are all of the food chains in an ecosystem linked together. So let's draw and explain a food web. First position within a food chain is going to be a producer. In this case, the first trophic level is algae. Algae is eaten by stonewall larvae, blackfly larvae, and mayfly larvae. These are all herbivores as they are eating the algae. They are the second trophic level, but are primary consumers. The mayfly larvae, which are the primary consumers, are eaten by stickleback and a water spider. The stickleback and the water spider are both, in this case, secondary consumers, but are at the third trophic level. Blackfly larvae are eaten by the water spider and the water boatman. The stonewall larvae are eaten by the water boatman and the diving beetle. There is an energy transfer from the water boatman when the frog eats the water boatman, as well as the water spider. So the frog in this case is the fourth trophic level, but a tertiary consumer. The pike, when it eats the stickleback, is the fourth trophic level and the tertiary consumer. And the water spider is eaten by the pike, so there's an energy transfer from the water spider to the pike. So the algae is the producer. It is also the first trophic level. The mayfly larvae, the blackfly larvae, and the stonewall larvae are all primary consumers. They are also the second trophic level and are herbivores. Diving beetle, water boatman, and water spider and stickleback are the secondary consumers and the third trophic level. These are all, in this case, carnivores, as they are eating other animals. The frog and the pike are, in this case, tertiary consumers at the fourth trophic level and are carnivores. What would happen if the pike started to eat the frog? That would add another trophic level to the food chain. Therefore, the pike would then become the quaternary consumer at the fifth trophic level. So what will happen if numbers within the ecosystem change? How will that affect other organisms within the food web? So if the pike died out, or if the numbers of pike decreased, that would lead to an increase in numbers of the stickleback, the water spider, and the frog. So the diving beetle has no natural predator in this food web. So if the numbers of diving beetle decreased, what would happen to the numbers of stonewall larvae? Well, the stonewall larvae are going to increase because there are less predators killing them. If there are more stonewall larvae, that would mean there is more food for the water boatman, so the water boatman would then increase in numbers. This would lead to an increase in numbers of frogs, because if there are more water boatmen, that means there is more food for the frogs. If there is an increased number of water boatmen, that means there are going to be more water boatmen to eat more blackfly larvae. That means that the blackfly larvae are going to decrease in numbers. If there is a decrease in algae, that is a really bad situation for the ecosystem, because that means there is no food for any of the primary consumers. That means all the primary consumers will decrease in numbers, which will lead to a decrease in numbers of all the secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, and then all of the quaternary consumers. So if the algae decreases in numbers, or worst case scenario, all the algae dies, the rest of the ecosystem will probably die with it. Visit KayScience.com for more free videos, worksheets, and quizzes at KayScience.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe.